Now question 8, it says, calculate the value of x in the 5-sided canopy that is given below. Okay, calculate the value of x. We have a 5-sided canopy. Okay, we have something like this, like this. So we have one of the angles sticking out, 80 degrees, 110 degrees, x degrees. We have 3x and we have 2x. Now we are looking for the value of x. Now, all we need to do is just sum all the angles, all the interior angles, and we equate it to the sum of angles in a 5-sided polygon. And a 5-sided polygon is known to be a pentagon. Now, we know that sum of angles in a triangle is 180. Sum of angles in a quadrilateral is 360. What about sum of angles in a pentagon? What about sum of angles in an hexagon? Sum of angles in an heptagon? Sum of angles in an octagon? And so on. You don't have to memorize them. All you need to do is just understand the concept. There's a formula for that, which goes sum of angles or sum of interior angles, sum of angles in a polygon is given us n minus 2 multiplied by 180 degrees, where n happens to be a number of sides. Now, what we need to do is sum equals, how many sides do we have? A pentagon has 5 sides. That gives you 5 minus 2 times 180. 5 minus 2, that's 3 times 180. And 3 times 180 gives us 540 degrees. So, just the way we have for a triangle, sum of angles in a triangle is 180, sum of angles in a quadrilateral is 360, and we have sum of angles in a pentagon is 540. As such, then we can also add all of the angles together and ensure that it equals to 540. And there's also another problem. Not all the angles, the internal angles, the interior angles are given. One is missing. Here we have 80, and this is a straight line. Angles, sum of angles on a straight line is 180. Therefore, if here is 80, this place will be 100 degrees. Now we can now solve. We have x plus 3x plus 2x plus 100 plus 110 degrees equals 540 degrees. X plus x, 3x, that's 4x plus 2x, that's 6x, plus 100 plus 110, that is 210 degrees equals 540 degrees. We collect like terms, we have 6x equals 540 degrees minus 210 degrees. 6x equals 540 minus 210. That gives us 330 degrees. And dividing both sides by 6, 3 here, 2, 3 in, so that's 110 degrees. So x equals 110 degrees divided by 2, and that happens to be 55 degrees. So the value of x is 55 degrees, and option B. Number 9, it says, a school has a first aid box with dimension 1.4 meters, 0.5 meters, and 0.8 meters. Calculate the volume of the box. Basically, we know since all the sides are not the same, this is a cuboid. Therefore, the volume is giving us length times breadth times, you can call it height, you can call it width, length times breadth times height. Therefore, the volume is giving us 1.4 meters times 0.5 meters times 0.8 meters. And what would that give me? That should give me 1.4 times 0.5 times 0.8. That should give me 0.56. And taking a look at the options are in fraction. Therefore, we need to change to fraction. 0.56, which is 56 over 100. Now we need to reduce the lowest term. Dividing by 4 can go in 56. 56 divided by 4, that should give you 14. 4 here 14, and 4 here 25. So we have 14 over 25 meters cubed. And that is the volume of the box. Option A, 14 over 25. Question 10. The figure below is a procedure to construct a certain angle. What is the size of angle AOP? The size of angle AOP, this is simply angle AOP. Now, this is not a measurement that is drawn to scale. Therefore, we just need to look at the closest. We know that angle AOB is 90 degrees. And if it is 90 degrees, we know half of it happens to be 45. And this lies between angle 45 and angle 90, in which we can still extract angle 60. This is angle 60. Angle 60 is extracted. So between 60 and 90, we have just 30. And what is half of that? That is 15. So 16 plus 15, that should be 75. Because this is 60 degrees. If you have 60 degrees here, you have 30 left. And when you divide it 30 by 2, it gives you 15 each. 15. So when you add all of this, which is what we are looking for, that equates 75. Now, question 11. It says, a letter is chosen at random from the word mathematics. What is the probability that the letter is M? For probability, we know that the formula given, probability, is the event or expected outcome over the possible outcome. Expected outcome, or you can say the expected result. The result that we're expecting to get all over the possible outcome. Now, taking a look at this, what are we asked to look for? We are asked to look what is the probability that the letter that is chosen at random is M. We'll now look at it. How many times is it possible for M to come out? How many times are we expecting him to come out? In the word mathematics, we have two M's there. So we say probability of M with the expected outcome is just 2 all over. What's the possible outcome? The possible outcome is simply talking about all the letters that can come out. And altogether, we have 11 alphabets in mathematics. So the possible outcome is 11. So we have 2 over 11 to get our answer. And that is option B. Number 12, it says, below is a diagram of a pool ABCD with sides and angle given. Calculate the side AD. So we're looking for the side AD. Taking tan 30 to be 0.574, plus 30 0.8660, and sin 30 0.50000. Now, if you look at this, all we need to do is let's bisect the shape. We can cut this off. We cut this off. Now we have how many shapes? We have 3 shapes: A, B, and C. We need to get the value at the bottom. We need to get this point here, and this point. But the middle point is gotten already. Why? Because it is equal to this. That is a rectangle. And we know one of the properties of a rectangle is opposite sides are equal. Therefore, this is going to be 9 centimeters. All we need to do is now get the other side. From triangle C, we can easily get to the bottom from triangle C. Let me just call it triangle C. We can solve for, it would be better that we solve for the opposite. Why? So that we can use it to solve for triangle A. Because we know that this point here is also equal to this point here. Therefore, what do we need to do? We are going to make use of sine. We are looking for the opposite. So we have sine 30 degrees is equal to opposite. Let's call it H over hypotenuse, which is 8 centimeters. And when you cross multiply, H is equal to 8 times sine 30 degrees. And we're given that sine 30 is 0.5, which is 1 over 2. That means H is 4 meters. This place is 4 meters, and likewise, here is also 4 meters. From here, we can now make use of Pythagoras theorem to get the third side. Then we add all of them together. So we still say from triangle C, we are looking for the down part, which is the adjacent. And we know hypotenuse squared is equal to opposite squared plus adjacent squared. Hypotenuse here is giving us 8 centimeters. So you have 8 squared. Opposite is giving us 4 squared plus adjacent squared. Therefore, adjacent squared equals 8 squared is 64 minus 4 squared is 16. And adjacent squared equals 64 minus 16. That will be 48. And we take the square root on both sides. And the square root of 48 is 6.928. 6.928 centimeters. We've gotten for this place 6.928. Similarly, we solve for the other side. For triangle A, we use the same Pythagoras theorem. Hypotenuse is given to be 5 centimeter, so that's 5 squared. Opposite is given to be 4 squared plus the adjacent squared. Therefore, we have adjacent squared is equal to 25 minus 16, and adjacent square is equal to 9. You take the square root of both sides, then the adjacent is equal to 3 centimeters. Here is equal to 3 centimeters. Therefore, line AD happens to be the sum. 3 centimeters plus 9 centimeters plus 6.928 centimeters. Therefore, line AD is equal to 3 plus 9 plus 6.928, and that happens to be 18.928 centimeters. And that is your option